I am today in the degree show, coming to visit the School of Traditional Arts to show you this year's graduates and their work.
One of the things that I've really loved about my year, and I think it's probably the same with all years, is just that we have such a diversity of not only individual art skills, but also of nations that we're from, of cultures that we're from, and faiths that we're from. So I'll just give you like a quick tour. We've got Miriam's beautiful work, showcasing different areas and eras in the Islamic world, and I've learned so much from her. And we have Thai Sangwoo and her work with very heartfelt Tibetan Buddhism. And so although we're very busy with our studies, we do learn little bits from each other. And we've got Alicia, who's been exploring biblical themes from her own experiences and mindset. Like not everyone here is religious, but many of us will explore a religious theme of some kind. And then I myself am a Baha'i, and one of the quotes I love so much in the Baha'i faith is, "Arts, crafts, and sciences uplift the world of being and are conducive to its exaltation." And I really feel like the school understands this concept. And then we also have, it is on the theme of like religious sharing, we have a Jesuit priest, another fellow American, Justin, and he's of course really gone into his faith. And we've just learned so much. Like when we went to Istanbul, we went to the Kora Church and Justin explained things about that. We went to mosques and Miriam helped fill in the gaps of things we wouldn't necessarily know. So in this way we really teach each other, and really I've learned so much from every single one of my classmates. Like I just can't imagine the program without them. And I think the way in the second year we have so much freedom, it allows us to learn from each other. And we've got even Ellie, who's done like Buddhist cosmology and Christian cosmology. Like I don't understand every aspect, but you certainly get that spirit from her, this calm, this sense of deep dedication and concentration and connection with the earth. And just every one of them, Jean and Ilaria, Brian, they've done an amazing job.
So you make the choice of what
Yes.
sort of research do you do?
Yeah, so the first year we're all on the same train track.
Okay.
And then the second year we will often take skills that we learned from the first year, but combine it with passions and practices that we had before we came here. So like Miriam was a plaster carver before she came here. I was a gilder. Ty has worked in Tibetan Thangka painting before, but because we have such an intense crash course at the beginning of all these different skills, and it's the second year is right after the first year, we have this chance to kind of bring all those things into the fold. Like I had never done ceramics really before, but I was able to take like concepts I had learned in geometry classes in the past and then now weave those into ceramics. And who knew? I can do ceramics, like I didn't know these things. So then that informed one of the boxes that I did in the second year. So it's very fast, but kind of like this, almost like this clashing of atoms. You get these whole new ideas, and new stars are born. I do some things with Japanese tools, so Japanese and Western gilding tools, and some samples that we've done in class, and some things that I've done outside of school, just because one of the nice things about studying in a big city is you get a chance to meet other artists, and in that second year there is time to kind of learn from other people in the outside world, and I benefited from them as well and brought those skills then back into school. So.
And you went to Istanbul for your trip.
Yeah.
So what was the project that you guys did?
End of the first year we go to a destination. We went to Istanbul last year, and after that each student is allowed to do their own project, and it's really kind of the first chance I think the school gets to see what happens if we just get to make anything rather than it's being a specific class. So for me, I made a box with marquetry, which we had just learned, and it is a Istanbul nautical themed gilder's toolbox.
Wow.
So this comes from a door in the Istanbul Museum of Islamic Arts and History. And this is Ebru paper that we got to make when we were in Istanbul. And then these two sets of earrings are informed by the tiny ornament that is between the verses that describe Muhammad, which I would not have known what I was looking at, except somebody explained it to me. But I love those little tiny geometric and flowery patterns between the verses, so I made those into jewelry with nautical themes. And then this is a book with pictures from our trip, with me thinking about how that might have been gilded. And then this paper underneath is the entire mind map I made as I was trying to navigate how that box, what my project would look like. So my initial ideas, what worked, what didn't, and the whole kind of development of the final project is this little coffee stained piece of paper.
This is really beautiful.
Thank you.